we are confusing two things if we mix purpose and CSR. Purpose is simply reason for existence, reason to be.
Right.
And that has got manifestations in terms of the choice of what you will do, the choice of how you will do it, and the choice of the outcomes that your actions will lead to. So it's a simple, straightforward equation which sometimes organizations tend to forget because we have now clouded our thinking with other statements like mission and vision and God knows what else, right? That we have forgotten, I think, as Arun rightly said, the reason to be. I think the Japanese call it ikigai, which is all about just the reason to be. What is it that makes you tick, makes you click, makes your heart beat faster, whatever. I mean, we define it. So I think for me the purpose centricity gets married with the cultural edifice that an organization builds up. And the cultural edifice of the organization, together with the purpose and together with the organizational whatever execution or strategic model it has, comes with a certain outcome that we define either in terms of impact on society or impact on business or whatever we have. But in my belief, I think purpose and culture go together very, very closely. And if you look at examples of great Indian enterprises, I think Arun had the privilege of working with men like Mr. J.R.D. Tata. So I think these are unique men who don't come, unfortunately, too often on this planet, and certainly into our business firmament, who combined a strong sense of purpose of what the Tata name stood for, and a strong culture that would support not just what Tata would do, but what the nation would achieve. In that, they took a model where it's probably the only entity I can think of on the planet where a maximum amount of the profits of that organization goes towards Tata Trust and goes towards the activities to support the goodness that is being provided by Tatas and by the vision and purpose of Tatas. So CSR is fundamentally one small manifestation of what purpose can lead to. But if you have got a business that stinks from the inside, but you've got grandiose CSR plans of signing out checks and giving it to different causes and assuaging your conscience, probably for all the ills that you are manifesting in the economy and in society, but trying to gloss it over by the goodness that you're doing. I honestly think the residual impact of this, even in the short term, if it is considered to be a great cause that you have pursued, but longer term, I think people will see through this and say the purpose and culture of this organization stinks. And yet it is trying to perfume itself by putting in this veneer of CSR and trying to cover it up. So I think to me, we have to keep it aside.
Yeah.
If you are an organization with a very strong purpose, with a very strong culture, with a very strong optimization system thinking mode that Arun talked about, and honestly, if you don't have a CSR plan, you probably will make as much impact on people and the planet as a company which has got a suboptimal purpose, suboptimal culture, and of course, an enormous amount of money being put behind CSR. That might actually land up muddling the waters a lot more than an organization focused on purpose and culture. So I really see these as two different entities that we shouldn't obfuscate and we shouldn't start confusing.